Hi everybody, welcome to YSCon Driving. Lady next to me, but I'm not going to tell you anything about her. We're going to talk about the Honda Accord. Okay, so anyway, this is the Accord that everybody's been waiting for, and this is all new 10th generation, yeah? And well, since the Accord first came out in the 1970s, it has actually grown to roughly 1.5 times or maybe twice its size. Okay, so this is the new Accord. Let's take a look at it. And the difference, of course, is the new, they use a lot of black here, and this is the new grille and the new front. So this part is particularly interesting. It reminds me of that famous drawing where there's this endless staircase. You look at it, it just keeps on going up and down and up and down, and there's no ending and there's no start. Because you see here, it looks like there's a two-piece, but when it comes up here, it becomes one piece. So it's, you know, so it's actually one big piece, but it looks like it's two-piece. Very interesting design. Okay, of course, you see the headlights now, there's a lot of LEDs. So this is the new character that makes the Accord a little bit different. But here is where the Honda branding comes out. The Honda logo is very prominent, and this is the central bone that you will see throughout the Honda range. So overall, the car is actually quite low. The height is only 1450 mm. Okay. Now moving to the side, you see big wheels. This one is the top of the spec. So this one has got 18-inch wheels, but there are two variants available. Okay, just to let you know, they have the TC, which is TC means turbocharged, and then they have the TCP, which is the P meaning premium. So this is the premium model, and it comes with 18-inch wheels. The TC itself is only 17-inch wheels, yeah? Now, okay, let's take a look at the exterior first, and you can see the car is much longer. Just to let you know, the length 4901 from head to tail, but most important is the wheelbase, yeah, which is the center-to-center distance of between the front and rear wheels, and this one is very, very long. 2830 mm is possibly the longest Accord you ever had, and this borders into the size of Mercedes C-Class, Audi A4, and the BMW 3 Series. So this has got a very, very long wheelbase. Okay, just to explain, yeah, the wheelbase dimensions compared to the A4 and the Mercedes C-Class and also the BMW 3 Series, they are all actually C segment. But what has happened with the German cars is that their C segments have grown. So actually the German cars have moved into the D segment, and this one at 2830 is in the same segment. So it's either you call this a European C segment or a Japanese D segment, and well, most important is how long is the wheelbase lah. It happens to be 2830, and that's it. Okay. Now, looking at the back part of the car, from the rear view, you can see that this car has got a coupe-like shape. Okay, later we're going to sit inside the car and see whether your headroom is affected. But this gives it a different silhouette, and this is the first time in the Accord line that you see a silhouette like this. Okay, not forgetting that many years ago there was an Accord kind of coupe thing. That was actually the 3-door, but that was a long time ago in the 80s. So now it's 2020, and you see this coupe-like roof line, and this type of roof line is actually getting a lot of favor from people all over the world. All of the cars are going this way. So hopefully Accord will see some success here. Okay, let's just look around the car. The back, I'll just let you know, in the Accord leaflet, there is not one single photo of the back side of the car. So take a very nice and close look. Okay, The width of the car, by the way, is 1862, so it is nice and wide, but not so wide that you find it difficult to drive. Okay, at the bottom you see these are holes and there's an exhaust there, and yes, so it's a twin exhaust, and here is part of the camera system, and the boot is huge. Okay, I like this because then it looks a bit better and stronger, but it's actually, would you believe it, it's plastic. Very interesting. So there's some weight saving here. Or just to let you know, the weight of this car is about 1.4 tons. Yeah, and this boot is huge. So it's 570 liters, possibly one of the biggest boots in the D segment. Yeah, it actually puts a lot of the European makes to shame. And having said that, I must tell you that Honda is actually very, very good at playing with space. Yeah, and these are the tools, and let me check, is there a spare tire? Yes, there is a space saver tire, and it sits at the bottom. Personally, I like to have a spare tire. I do not trust the run flats, and because sometimes getting tire service is quite a chore. Yeah, I've had a puncture with a run flat before, and the run flat ran until it broke into pieces, but that was many years ago lah. So anyway, this is the boot, and it's very big, and if you look down there, it has got a center hole, I think. Yeah, okay. So we've done enough presentations on this car, but I think it's we won't go so much into it, but let's look at this one. Okay, wow. Oh, look at this. So I'll come the other side. So this is one of the things you seldom see in a sedan, you know, to have the rear seat fold down. So it's actually not a split fold, but it is actually almost a full, I would say this about 80%. You fold down in case you need to carry anything. But I would have preferred a 60-40 because then you can still carry 3 people. But with this one, you cannot carry anybody at the back after you have put the seat down. But I can tell you can really carry a lot of stuff, man. Okay, I'm going to open the boot, then you can see. Just look at that, man. I think you can put a whole wardrobe inside here. Maybe there's not enough space up here, but you can take a very long one. Yeah, and at the center, okay, this one is, this is for long, one piece of long stuff you can put inside here. And this one, take a look at this. This is such a good idea. It's lockable. You can lock the boot. Okay, from here, take the key, lock the boot. So if you have gold bars, you can lock the boot so nobody can get to it. Okay, let's have a look at the sitting position. Okay, I'm going to get into the car, and okay, the first order of the day is the roof. Okay, I am of average height, and I think there is about good 3 inches of space on top of my head. So for tall people, you might have a bit of an issue. That's because of the coupe-like design, yeah? But, well, if you are intending to buy the car, I think you should come out, sit down and have a look. But in terms of leg room, there is no issue, plenty. And, okay, so we know that there's an aircon louver and also USBs, 2 USBs at the back. And, of course, the seats are leather, yeah? Looks pretty nice. Okay, this is the interior of the car, and we've actually gone through it in Singapore and all that. Not much difference in the way it's built, but basically they have 2 screens, and also the driver's seat and the passenger seat are both powered. Driver has 8-way control, and the passenger has 4-way control. Okay, the engine is the 1.5 litre turbo for both variants, and I think they come both with paddle shifters, and it's a 7-speed CVT. So we have experienced it in the Civic and all that, so it's basically the same CVT, but this one has got paddle shifters throughout. So inside, the view is quite good. It's low, and yes, you have what you call powered seats, 8-way power for the driver and 4-way power for the front passenger. Okay, let's take a quick look at the engine. Okay, so the first thing you notice about this is the gas struts for the bonnet. I love that because then I don't have to find the little stick to go and poke and all that. So one hand operation, you can open it and go up. So this is the 1.5 litre engine, the Honda Earth Dreams engine, mated to the CVT, and the turbocharger is at the front. Okay, so for those of you who are interested to know where's the intake, it's actually right up here, very high, up here. So it's okay for going through a little bit of water, and the flow of the air is here into the air cleaner, into the turbo, then it goes down there somewhere and it comes back up. Yeah, so there's an intercooler. Looks like there's an intercooler, I may be wrong, but looks like it. And then it goes through here into the intake on the other side. Inlet manifold. So this is the exhaust side, yeah? So this is a beautiful piece of machinery. And of course, there's also aluminum mountings. The engine is aluminum, so that's explains the lightweight of the engine. Okay, so that is it. Sorry, your hand. Okay, so looking at this, what is the price? Did I say the price earlier? I didn't say the price. So we have the price of 185,900 or 195,900 for the two variants. Okay, for the two variants, there is a bit of difference in the spec. Generally, all the other specs are the same, a little bit here, a little bit there. The TC has got 17-inch wheels. The TCP, which is the premium version, has 18-inch wheels. And the difference between TC and TCP is basically the full suite of Honda sensing items. Okay, so this is in the ballpark of the Camry. Those of you who said the Camry was expensive, now actually these two models actually straddle one below and one above the Camry 2.5. Okay, in terms of horsepower, with 201 PS, yeah. Sorry, I forgot to mention the engine is now pulling 201 PS and 260 Newton meters of torque. So it's a little bit different from the Civic. The Civic is still pulling 170 plus horsepower, and this one is 201. So they have done some upgrading on the engine, and this makes it actually a little bit more powerful than the Camry 2.5. So when you say that a 1.5 litre engine can give you the equivalent of 2.5 litre power, yes, it's true. And the torque is 260 Newton meters, so that is a pretty good number. Not the highest torque in the whole industry, but it's reasonable. And what this means is, of course, if you buy this car, it's a big car, and also it has 90 ringgit of Roadtax. Yes, I checked. For 1.5 litre for this car, you only pay 90 ringgit of Roadtax. So that is something to consider, yeah? Not a lot of savings, but, well, everything matters. Now, fuel consumption of this car is mooted at 6 point something, but that, of course, depends on how you drive. But it can do 6 point something should you want it to do. So, would you consider a car like this? Would I? Well, I've grown past this stage of cars. I now go for small cars with high power. But for an executive who wants a good looking and elegant car that's comfortable, got lots of space, and the boot, you saw the boot, yeah? And also low maintenance in terms of road tax and all that, well, this is something for you to consider. All right.